bother you, they never bother me. I
feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot, coffee's only a dime.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Of the creature by comparing it to my head. My father shot the Bigfoot in 1953. They had to cut it up to get it out of the swamp. I have all the body parts. When my father passed away, that was given to me. It's been very expensive for my father, my family, to keep the Bigfoot, you know, frozen for that many years. You know, it was always in a commercial freezer. It's always wrapped up, you know, with several layers to keep it, you know, it looks in pretty good shape considering that it's been frozen for 65 years. Now let me take the camera in so that you guys can look closer at the Bigfoot. It's, by the way, I've taken a lot of shit on my YouTube channel, people saying that I'm always making jokes, this is not real. This is real. Not everything in my life is a joke. This Bigfoot head, the Bigfoot, I've showed the Bigfoot's feet, its arms, its penis. I've shown a lot of the Bigfoot. That's real. Not everything's a joke. Yeah, I do joke around, but this is not a joke. This is real. Check it out. You can see it has a lot of ice on it. It has remained frozen. You can see its eyeball there. This is very heavy. It weighs about 120 pounds, so I can't move it by myself. I have to have somebody help me move it. There's a lot of debris still frozen in it. I have somebody here to help me move it so that we can see the other side.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وحياة الله في ولد ركض، قسما بالله في ولد ركض، قسما بالله في ولد ركض.
Did this grandmother really capture a demon on camera?
Has caught something quite terrifying in her granddaughter's room. Tori McKenzie is begging for help online after capturing what she describes as a demon standing over her grandchild's bed. Miss McKenzie set up a motion-activated camera at her son's house after complaints his 2-year-old daughter Amber was talking to something unseen in the middle of the night. The grandma checked her camera's app days later to find a bone-chilling image of a figure standing very close to her sleeping grandchildren, with what she described as it having a horn on its head and long claws. The creature is captured standing awkwardly, looking upwards just before 3 a.m. Miss McKenzie says when she tried to rid the house of the evil presence by burning oils, she claimed cabinets and curtains opened and closed and music began to play by itself. The grandmother insists the discovery has left her fearing for her grandchildren's lives and that the photo is real and could not be photoshopped because she does not have the technical know-how to change the image.
YouTuber Brian Starovsky is no stranger to the creepy, mysterious places that exist all around us. His YouTube channel is filled with videos in which he explores long-forgotten places in an attempt to uncover their mysteries. Why were they abandoned? More importantly, what might be lingering in these shadowy corners of civilization where most people are too afraid to explore. In this video, the brave urban explorer decides to venture into an abandoned mental asylum. As in most of his fascinating videos, he enters the former asylum alone, armed only with a camera to stand between him and whatever might be lurking behind the long closed doors of a building once meant to lock up the most disturbed members of society. The inside of the former mental hospital has been ravaged by time. It's dark and dirty, leaving plenty of shadowy corners where wayward spirits could be lurking. As our explorer heads down one hallway, we see open rooms with bare mattresses on the floor, painting a depressing picture of the lives that the former inmates must have lived there. As the camera examines these rooms, the strip of light coming from the window at the end of the hall is extinguished for a few seconds, before beginning to illuminate the hall once again. Upon closer inspection, the footage reveals what appears to be a mysterious figure walking in front of the window. The YouTuber insists that he was alone as he explored the hospital. In such a solitary space, he certainly would have noticed another person. What could the mysterious figure seen near the window have been? Was it a ghost? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comment section below. He appears to be alone. At least that's how it looks at first. When she examines the scene a little more closely, she realizes that he might have an unusual dinner guest. There are many things you might imagine when moving into your dream home. What colour will you paint the walls? Where will you place your family photos? What will be the first meal you cook in your beautiful new kitchen? However, you probably won't be thinking about what horrible things could be waiting for you behind the walls of your new home. The Bretzius family thought they had found their dream home in a small town in Pennsylvania in the US. They purchased the home in 2011 and quickly began preparing to move in with their 4 children. The home inspector found nothing wrong with the home, so they only planned a few upgrades to the space. One of the projects that they planned was adding insulation to the room that they planned to use as a nursery for their youngest child. When they opened up the walls, the eerie mysteries began. Immediately, they were hit with an awful stench. It didn't take long to discover why. The walls were full of animal carcasses. Based on the newspapers the rotting animals were wrapped in, they had been there since the 1930s and 40s. The walls also turned up assorted herbs and spices, indicating that the carcasses had been placed in the walls as part of a black magic ritual. The Bretzius family spent almost $20,000 removing all traces of the carcasses from their home. Authorities attempted to determine which of the former owners had been responsible for the disgusting discovery, but no one's been able to solve this strange mystery.
Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
In this video, which appears to be more odd footage of an urban explorer in Japan, the setting is drastically different. Set in the daylight this time in the wilderness, the man explores what appears to be an abandoned underpass. Odd markings are present on the ground. The man walks further into the underpass just as odd echoing slapping sounds are heard in either direction. Panning the camera back and forth, it becomes clear that no one else is there. The man continues to hear the sound echoing around him. If you slow the footage down, a shadowy figure appears to be present on either side of the camera, barely in frame. The figure is seemingly the source of the echoing sound, as both the figure and the sound appear to travel between either side of the man. The viewer is left feeling thoroughly creeped out and glad the man left to tell his tale, as this footage makes it clear something odd was happening in that tunnel.